Transportation systems are the lifeblood of any community. Having quality roads and sidewalks, and bridges and bike paths are essential to our way of life. Due to many factors, like population growth, transportation needs will always be changing. Planning for these changes, optimizing state and federal funding, and prioritizing projects is a major component of what local governments do. The entity here in Martin County that does all this is the Metropolitan Planning Organization.
The MPO, like I said, decides how that money is spent because this is really USDOT's way to get local input on their federally funded transportation projects.
Established in 1993 and celebrating its 25th anniversary in 2018, the Martin MPO has utilized federal and state money to plan and complete many projects that are helping move citizens around.
An efficient transportation system can only happen by having a true understanding of what the citizens would like to have in that system.
Beth Beltran is the Martin MPO administrator. She says one of the main jobs of the MPO is to get public input about projects. They do this by engaging the public in a variety of forums, like open houses, public workshops, and advisory committees.
What I hear often is that we would like to improve what we already have, not necessarily make the transportation system bigger. Bigger doesn't necessarily mean better.
It's very important to small towns, very important to the county that everybody gets included.
Vinny Burrell is the current chair of the Martin MPO. He's also the mayor of the town of Sewell's Point. The town boasts only 2,000 residents. He says that without the MPO, the smaller communities in Martin County, like his, may not have a voice in transportation planning. And he says the MPO listens to those voices.
On the Hutchinson Island project, we had to make some changes. The residents didn't want to have lights. It was originally scheduled for lights. We teamed up with DOT and we got rid of the lights for those residents.
A major MPO project in his town was construction of an upgraded intersection at Sewell's Point Road and A1A. But the original design of 2 traffic circles was not supported by the community. So, after much public input, the Florida Department of Transportation changed the design.
Now we have the mast arms. We have turn signals all over. We have a blankout light here, which prevents people from this side making right turn on red, so pedestrians can cross the street safely. We were able to get the green bike lanes so that cyclists driving down here, the motorists would be able to see them, and they realize that they can't cross over into this lane.
He says the intersection is now much safer for bikers, walkers, and cars, and traffic flows much easier through his small town.
We have to develop the priorities based on both the need and the community's desires.
Troy Mcdonald is a former chairman of the MPO board. Among many accomplishments, he is most proud of the 2040 Long-Range Transportation Plan approved under his watch. The LRTP, as it's called, sets the vision for all modes of travel throughout the county for the next 25 years. It is updated every 5 years.
They lay down the framework for our transportation system and how we're going to get and how and what funding we're going to get over the next 25 years.
While serving, the board also created a bike safety action plan and worked to improve safety and traffic flow for all modes of transportation from Vero Beach to Martin County. McDonald says with predicted population increases in the future, every option should be on the table to get people where they want to go.
We're going to have to continue to deal with capacity issues. Currently, a large number of people live outside the county and work inside the county. So every day we see an influx of traffic during the day as people go to and from work. But we also need to continue to work towards better multimodal facilities, better bicycle and pedestrian facilities, and I foresee in the future a lot of improvement in those areas.
Martin MPO will start work soon on the 2045 Long-Range Transportation Plan. It should be completed in 2020. In the last 25 years, the MPO has completed much-needed transportation improvements, like the 4-laning of the Big John Monahan Bridge in Indiantown, the Stewart and Jensen Beach Causeways, Veterans Memorial Bridge in Palm City, as well as many safety improvements like bike lanes and resurfacing on Pratt Whitney Road. A crosswalk in front of the courthouse in Stewart and sidewalks in neighborhoods in Indiantown have made it safer for pedestrians. For Beth Beltran, she says her proudest moment was the widening of Martin Highway from the Turnpike to the new Veterans Memorial Bridge.
It's very special to me because when I started with the Martin MPO back in 2009, the county had just gotten funding for the Veterans Memorial Bridge, but there were no funds for even the design of widening Martin Highway, County Road 714. And that was very worrying or concerning because here was this 4-lane bridge that was going to be built, and it was going to transition to 2 lanes right in front of the Publix.
Through the MPO partnership with FDOT, they were able to expedite the design and construction to widen 714 to make the road safer and more capable of handling the traffic. She says that process also changed the way the MPO prioritized projects. It wasn't all about capacity anymore.
That really made the board realize that also prioritizing projects such as traffic signal upgrades, multimodal improvements, maintenance of the system, look at those kind of projects was huge.
As more projects are planned and the 2045 LRTP process begins, public input is vital. The time to get involved is now. You can visit www.martinmpo.com to learn more about the MPO and how you can play a part in planning the future of transportation in Martin County.